You're listening to Fear in the Southwest podcast. This is Drew.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Lewis.
And I'm Jason.
Welcome to another killer episode.
What?
I did it again.
Yeah.
That music just does not want to work with you there, Andrew.
Never does.
Nope. That one just sneaks up on you. I'm not fast enough for the slider sometimes. I don't pay attention. Anyways. So if y'all have been paying attention, we've been talking about serial killers. But we're going to go global.
Yeah, we're finally leaving the borders of the U.S.
Yay.
And going around the globe.
Yeah, we are.
In less than 80 days, too. We're beating Philly
Yeah.
fog.
Less than 80 days. All right, who's going first? 1, 2, 3, not it.
Not it.
I'll go first.
Whoa.
Wow.
What? I'm actually prepared this time.
That's a
Although
miracle and a half.
Although I was prepared last week, too, ahead of time.
No, you weren't.
Hey, 5 minutes before showtime is still ahead of time, damn it.
No.
Yeah, sometimes I understand that theory because our work, but...
Yeah.
Hey, no job talk.
Yep, right. No job talk.
Goodbye, socks.
We do have the wild Waylon with us again this week, so if you hear some weird, strange noises,
It's probably not the ghost.
it is probably the wild Waylon.
Yes.
Chances are.
Like that one right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spooky.
It is a bit spooky. All right.
Go ahead, Jason.
Will you...
First place.
Ay.
Yeah.
Anyways, my first one is... I'm going to butcher this name, I know it. Javed Iqbal Mugha.
Let's see that. Javeed Iqbal.
That was close.
Or Iqbal. I'm sorry, Iqbal.
Iqbal and Mugha. Anyways, so he was a Pakistani serial killer and pederast. What's a pederast? Oh, right. It's the right bishop from the Catholic Church. Yeah. Okay.
You're fine.
Okay. We're good. Just a little wild Waylon wrangling. Ooh, gotta say that 3 times fast. Anyways, so my guy I picked here, he was a Pakistani serial killer and a pederast, which is basically any man that has sexual relations with a young boy. Like I said, Catholic priest.
So you're going to clump all Catholic priests with this guy?
No. Just the sexual relation with little boys, because we all know about choir boys in the Catholic Church.
As we see a
We're
dancing
getting a little
hot
bit
dog.
of mute music going on over there.
Alrighty.
Terrible.
I just looked up and there was a singing ketchup bottle and hot dog and mustard bottle and a hamburger.
Boy, I'm grateful I can't see the screen.
That was kind of freaky.
The dancing hot dog.
So, anyways, he confessed to the sexual abuse and murder of 100 young boys, ranging in age from 6 to 16. Iqbal strangled the victims, dismembered the corpses, and dissolved them in acid as a way to conceal the evidence. Somebody watched Breaking Bad, apparently. He was found guilty and sentenced to death in the same manner that he killed the boys in. Unfortunately, though, the same manner he was going to be strangled first, cut in 100 pieces, all in front of the parents of the victims, and then dumped into acid. But the Interior Minister,
Jiminy Christmas.
this one.
Man, he knows how to pick one.
Moindin her hater.
And there we go. The Interior.
What?
It's this blue one right down here, beginning with the M.
It's a weird name. Pakistani names are hard to pronounce.
Did
Ewan
you-
and Hater.
Yeah, Hater. We're just going to roll with
Hater.
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 Hater. Rhymes with miter.
Well, well, at least he's not Lord. Otherwise, he'd be Lord Hater. Any of you Disney fans, you'll get that reference. Stated that such a punishment would not be allowed. He died by suicide before his sentence could even be carried out. Yeah.
Why would the Interior Minister have any say of how a person is executed?
Don't know.
That's usually the Justice Minister.
And he was the sixth of 8 children of his businessman father, so his father was in business. He attended the Government Islamia College, Railway Road, Lahore, as an intermediate student.
The what?
Lahore.
The whore? What?
Lahore.
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 Not Lahore. No, this went up through the French. Lahore. No, it's Lahore. Just all one word. In 78, while still a student, he started a steel recasting business.
Andrew, get your mind out of the gutter, please.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because Jason really picks one with these weird fucking names.
He does, doesn't he?
30 seconds, like, well, Mahorder, hate. Let's just go with Hater. Perfect.
Hey,
5 sentences later, Lahore.
Well, he lived with some boys.
The whore.
One, please.
The horror.
All right. Hey. Get back on track, ADHD. Before you drag my ass along with you.
You threw me in there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm bringing you back. Because I found the way back.
Wait, what? You have a cure for ADHD now?
Oh, fuck no, I don't. Otherwise, I'd be taking it. Anyways, yeah, so he lived in a villa that his father had purchased for him in Shadbag. Shadbagh.
This is going to become a spelling contest for
That's
this podcast.
Shadbag, right? That's how it's pronounced?
I have no freaking clue on that one.
You should put it in Tell Siri to say it. On today's episode of Fear the Southwest podcast, we're going to have trouble pronouncing everything.
Yeah, well, what can I say?
What can you say?
Well, that's
Spelling a lot.
That's the case with Jason most of the time. If it's a big word, he has to look it up and get the pronunciation guide.
It helps.
Pronunciation for never mind. For foreign words, like what?
Okay, keep going with your guy.
Anyways, yeah. So in 1999, December, he wrote a letter to the police as well as the local newspaper chief.
Yeah.
Not pronouncing that guy's name or girl.
See?
Not sure. Confessing to the rape and murder of 100 runaway boys, all alleged between, again, 6 to 16. In the letter, he explained how he killed his victims and what he did with them. When the police came and reporters went to his house to investigate, they found bloodstains on the walls and floor, along with the chain which he claims to have strangled his victims with, and photographs of many of his victims in plastic bags. Before the, I don't know if it's before or after dismemberment, but you know. These items were neatly labeled of the victims' names and ages with handwritten pamphlets. Two vats of acid with partially dissolved human remains were also left in the open for police to find. This guy really wanted to be found.
Sounds like it.
I mean, considering he wrote a newspaper editor.
With a note claiming the bodies in the house have deliberately not been disposed of so authorities will find them. Because he also confessed in his letter that he planned to drown himself in the Ravi River following all of his crimes. Unfortunately, he said he was going to do that, so he wasn't at home. And of course, you know, the police immediately started dredging the river with nets and whatnot, but they were unsuccessful. They couldn't find his ass. So they ended up launching the largest manhunt in Pakistani history.
Oh my gosh.
Did you say Pakistani?
Pakistani.
It's Pakistani.
Good swore I found another I in there. My bad.
Oh,
Pakistani.
Might even go see the...
Pakistani.
optometrist?
yeah.
My name.
Yeah, you might need to. You talk about me being blind.
So, 4 accomplices, all teenage boys who shared his 3-bedroom flat, were arrested in Sohawa. We'll just roll with that one. Within days,
Everyone was like quiet, but I'm not even gonna try.
yeah. Within days, though, one of them died in police custody, with a postmortem suggesting that force had been used against him. Allegedly, he jumped from a window. Damn. Apparently, they don't have bars on their windows over there in Pakistan.
Well, they barely have windows.
Good point. Good point.
true.
On that one.
Yeah, good point. They're like window, no windows.
Oh, here we go. He claimed that the motive for committing. What did I miss? Man, I was reading. What did I miss?
Being stupid, okay?
Oh.
His ADHD is really
Bad.
severe today.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Oh, God.
Bad, really
Creating
bad.
background music for you.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, he claimed the motive for committing the murders was his infuriation at a perceived injustice at the hands of the police who had arrested him on charges relating to an act of sodomy against a young runaway boy in the 1990s. No charges were brought in relation to this offense. His mother had been forced to watch his decline before suffering a fatal heart attack. That sucks. And he had therefore resolved to make 100 mothers cry for their sons, as his mother had been forced to do for him before her death.
Okay, I'm creeped
Whoa,
out
that's
over here.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, he actually turned himself in.
But yeah, he wrote a
was
letter
so-
to the editor
No,
before that.
He said he was going to drown himself in that letter. That's the reason why they were dredging the
Uh-huh.
river. But they couldn't find him in the river, so they started a manhunt. But then he went and he ended up turning himself in. Let's see. A month before he turned him in, which was December 99, so he turned himself in around January 2000. He was actually arrested 1 month before he turned himself in. He stated that he had surrendered to the newspaper. To the newspaper because he feared for his life and was concerned that the police would kill him.
He deserved to be killed.
Yeah. So he was sentenced to death. The judge passed a sentence saying, "You will be strangled to death in front of the parents whose children you killed. Your body will be then cut into 100 pieces." I feel bad for that for an execution. He's got to actually count how many pieces. Damn.
Jeez.
And put in the acid the same way you killed the children. Then the Interior Minister, Haider, contracted the sentence by stating that Pakistan is a signatory of the human rights.
Signatory.
Damn, I was right the first time I thought it. I should have just gone with my gut feeling. I thought it was signatory. Damn. Of the Human Rights Commission. So such punishments are not allowed. That's the reason why he put a stop to it. He says that according to human rights, we cannot do the full eye for an eye thing. This is Pakistan, though. I'm surprised they actually did stop it.
But they wouldn't have if it had been an Indian that had done it.
Or
Because
a,
Pakistan and India hate each other.
Well, don't they also hate the... who's the ones they're always fighting against? Israel?
No. Pakistan. You're thinking
Oh.
Syria and Israel. Or the Palestinians.
Oh, that's where I'm getting the Palestinians from.
Get your people right there, Jason.
I can't get my countries outside the U.S. right. I'm sorry. Let's see.
Today's geography class.
Pronunciation class and
Spelling bee.
a spelling bee and geography. All in one class from Jason.
In October 2001, both Iqbal and one of his accomplices were found dead in their respective cells at the Kot Lakpat jail. Despite indication that both had been murdered, the deaths were officially ruled as suicides by hanging themselves with bed sheets. Autopsies revealed that they had been beaten prior to death.
Wow.
So they were definitely murdered.
They definitely were by the guards.
They deserved
And
they
here's-
deserve the
Other
treatment.
inmates, Yeah.
Yep. And while the family claimed the body of the accomplice, Iqbal's body went unclaimed. Because, I mean, he had no family left.
Yeah, he had no family.
He did have his other children, his other brothers and sisters, but I don't think they wanted
They
anything to do with
probably didn't want to be associated with him.
it was a 2022 Pakistani film called Havid Iqbal, The Untold Story of a Serial Killer. It was released in January 2022. It was banned by the Punjab government and the
Punjab.
and the Central Board of Film Censors and pulled out of theaters a day before its release.
Yes, they have very strict laws there about films. A lot of them get pulled. A lot of them.
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Yasir Hussain. Hussein. Sorry, Hussein. Yeah, I actually said that one right.
After you had to correct yourself.
Yeah, okay, so I got the first name right. Fuck off. But he was cast in the role of the famous serial killer, but since the movie got pulled, well, there went his career.
It's probably somewhere on the internet right
Oh, it went
It's
down.
somewhere on the internet. Probably.
now. I've seen a few.
I mean,
that were
here's
bad.
what he looked like in custody. I mean, he looks relatively normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, most serial killers do look normal.
That is true. Well, that is true, actually.
Although I'm getting freaked out by the television screen looking over there. Dancing spatulas and grills.
Okay. Well,
And an oven mitt? With big googly eyes.
it's keeping the wild whalen entertained, so just deal.
Yeah, I took that medicine today, though, and it's woohoo.
Oh boy, he just give him some ADHD. Hey,
We're in
we
for a
don't have a
treat.
cure for it, but we do have a way to go and create it.
We know how to increase it. He's not even paying attention to the TV.
That's fine.
All right, Lewis, what do you got?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Well, I have a gentleman by the name of John Fuko Kajabi
Here we go again.
from South Africa.
You said it right.
He was from South Africa. He was a former police officer who murdered between 6 and at least 11 young girls in Atteridgeville and Limpopo. He was a sexually motivated killer.
A lot of them are.
He would cut his victims' throats and then masturbate
Ew.
on their corpses.
Oh.
A little necrophilia there.
No, he didn't penetrate. He just jerked off to him or on him.
I think that's close enough.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Borderline
that
necrophilia.
falls into the necrophilia thing.
Well, still.
Anything you do sexually related with a corpse falls under necrophilia.
And now we're getting science class, too.
Yeah, we're getting it all today.
Well, this one I have more knowledge of.
His first known victim took. His first known murder took place 16 October of 1974 when he lured a 5-year-old named Helen Tiny Ramskin away from a street in Atteridgeville where she was waiting for her older sister. I must have said something really bad.
Ramsden.
No, the name
Helen
Tiny
Ramsden.
Are you laughing at the poor little girl's name?
Why she's laughing at me because I'm over here thinking of, that sounds so naughty.
They're on the same wavelength right now.
Oh God! But
It's not the first time.
then on March, her body was later discovered the same day on Church Street West with her throat cut.
Oh, the perfect.
In March of 1975, he stalked a young girl by the name of Mavis Masikwenig while she was walking down the street in Bedelaire Cope. He was seen by some children playing in a nearby playground, but brushed it off and resumed their activities. A few minutes later, Masikwenig was seen running down the road, clutching her throat and crying, whereupon several bystanders wrapped her in a blanket and took her to the police station. She succumbed to her injuries while at the station, and the death was determined to be a result of a large gash on the throat.
Why did they just take her straight to the hospital?
I don't know. It doesn't say. And then on April 20th, he approached 2 young girls playing at a local sports ground in Atteridgeville. He wanted them to go buy him some cigarettes. One of the girls was 8 years old, and her name was Uma Magdalene Siopola. And she agreed to accompany him. And then a couple days later, her body was found floating in the dam near Church West. Church Street West. What the fuck?
What was that?
Steph breaks out.
Wow.
Damn. Damn. They found her at the dam.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain it, and then all of a sudden, damn.
They found about it. Damn. Damn. Jam, bam. Me friends don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Body at the dam.
But
Go on.
he went on 3 separate sprees before he was caught.
Dang.
Oh, this wasn't damn.
See, I've set that one up.
Woo! His last murder was on November 26th. He went driving around the township of Chashigo. When he spotted a young girl by the name of Martha Hulini Matiba at a shop and offered to give her a ride. When the little girl failed to arrive home, her father, Simon Matiba, organized a search party to help find her. Unbeknownst to Kajabi, a 12-year-old boy named Simon Melissa had seen him picking up Martha in his silver gray car, and as he accompanied the adult men in the search party, he was able to recognize the car. When they opened it, they found Kajabi sitting inside. Although he died not dead.
He died but not dead?
No.
Damn.
He died but not dead.
He denied any connection to the other man's daughter's disappearance. Mothiba realized that she was dead and egged the other men to join him in beating Kajabi up. They then proceeded to beat him severely before opting to transport him to the police station.
That's a fine moment of clarity.
So-
And remembered, oh yeah, we should take him to the police.
So
Yeah.
it seems like in South Africa, before a person who's injured goes to the hospital, they go to the police station.
Oh,
It's weird.
It is very weird.
it's very different then.
Kajabi was soon charged with Mothiba's murder and transferred to the Waskapi's Psychiatric Hospital. I didn't know they had psychiatric hospitals over there. In Pretoria for a psychiatric examination. Fearing he would be killed by fellow inmates, he was kept there for only a week and transferred elsewhere. Kajabi was eventually found to be sane and was allowed to stand trial. Due to similarities with previous murders, Kajabi was charged with five additional murders, as prosecutors lacked enough evidence to charge him with all of the crimes. He initially denied all the responsibility and claimed that the interrogators had beaten him with a hose and given him electroshocks.
Kinky.
Only in your mind. Notably, he pointed out that some of the participating officers were black like him, as police brutality was believed to be primarily committed by white officers on black citizens during the apartheid era.
Oh, look, it's not even here in the United States that happens. It happens in other places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In spite of his claims of innocence, Kajabi was convicted of all 6 murders, and he was charged with those of Shabango, Koza, Ramalikane, Edwards, Makwina, and Mothiba. He was given 6 death sentences
Wow.
for each count.
For each one, he was given 6 death sentences?
Yeah.
Oh.
As well as a 5-year prison term for the attempted murder of Mothuya. So he was going to serve 5 years for attempted murder, but he got death for the murder charges.
Well, they kill him, resuscitate him, kill him again, resuscitate him. Yeah. They do that a few times, and then they finally say, okay, now you go ahead and sit in prison. Meanwhile, he'd be in the pad room going, hey. Because guaranteed his ass would be fried.
He appealed his sentence,
Of course he did.
but all of his appeals were rejected, and he was hung at the Pretoria Central Prison on 6 February 1980. It doesn't say if they hung him 6 different times, though.
They might not have. They might just hung him once and then left him there for a good 6 hours or so. I would have.
To me, he should have been shocked back to life
And then hung again.
and then hung again. He had 6 death sentences. Why not?
Yeah, but you got to remember, though, when they hang you, they usually put the knot in a certain way, so when you fall, it breaks your neck and instant death. The only way they can resuscitate you is they put the knot differently where you strangle to death. Then they can take it off and then try to, well, your
The hyoid
windpipe
bone.
may have been crushed.
The hyoid only gets broken when it's a manual strangulation.
Yeah. This bone
I thought
right
that they
here.
put it off to the side so when you fall, it breaks your neck. Hence the reason for the instantaneous death on hanging.
That could be. I don't
It
know.
also depends
Yeah.
on the weight of the person they're hanging and
Yeah.
how long the rope is. If it's not, then
Oh, yeah, they're always
they
supposed
just
to measure
dangle
out.
there, and that's when
Yes. Yeah, I remember
they did it.
I was reading on about hangings and everything. I was bored one day. And yeah, they position the knot a certain way, but they also make sure they take your height and your weight into account of, one, how big the knot needs to be, as well as how long the rope is for the accurate drop. So it would, your full body weight falls on that thing, it's supposed to snap in that, cause instantaneous death. Otherwise, you're just sitting there strangling and kicking all around going,
Yeah.
They should have done that to this guy
Yeah.
because he was a sick bastard.
oh yeah, I would totally just do a normal strangulation. Just let him swing.
Go, yeah.
Okay, Miss Stephanie.
It's your turn.
It's your
my
turn.
Okay. So mine's pretty old, long time ago, 1500s.
Whoa.
Wow.
Someone cracked open the history books.
Yeah, this one, her name is Elizabeth Bathory, and she's Hungarian, or was Hungarian, I should say. And she was hungry too. No.
Oh.
No.
No.
I know.
We had that rule. No
I know.
cannibalism this week.
But she never ate them. She would just bathe in their blood.
Ew.
So she was a countess, so she was very powerful. She owned land. Her husband was always away. And so she had a thing for servant girls. And when she would get her eye, especially on a beautiful servant girl, she would torture her, mutilate her, and usually drain her of their blood very slowly. And then she would put it on her face to stay youthful. She wanted to stay beautiful and young forever.
And she thought the younger girl's blood would do that?
Yes, and there was
Yuck.
over 300 victims, if not more.
Holy shit.
Yes. And a lot of these servants didn't have many, family contacts. They weren't going to be missed. They were like, oh, she's working there in the castle. Pretty much it was like this castle. But there was actually one girl who was a noblewoman, and she went there to learn from the countess how to be a noblewoman, and she went missing. And that's when they started to investigate, and they found body parts, trinkets, fingers,
Ugh.
locks of hair,
Wow.
Was the
a tub of blood, old blood, curdled blood.
oh, so I guess she did kill off the noble girl.
But the thing is, her favorite servants helped her.
Jesus.
She had the people that she trusted the most. She would confide in them. They would help lure the girl. They would usually drug her or just, get her drunk. And then they would do things with her.
But wait. Oh.
Some say she sexually tortured them.
Okay. That's what I was going to
Majority
ask.
of them were virgins.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And their ages were from like 13 to their 20s.
Oof.
I've read
Virgins at 13 in the 1500s? That's surprising.
that's extremely surprising, actually. Normally they're either married off or they've been
They're
raped.
married off.
Yeah, usually
Married off, pregnant, and have 3 or 4 kids already.
Yeah.
Well, once she was convicted, they put her in a room.
Gesundheit. I think he just blew his eyeball out.
Oh,
Is that he just smacked himself in the eye?
I see.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
ADHD
I
needs
should have
to.
got coffee, not Coke.
Yeah, you should have.
You all welcome to that one. Not that Coke.
It's interesting.
Coca-Cola.
I've read a bunch of comics and
Good
recovery,
Jason. Good recovery.
thank you, and mangas and stories that's actually a tagline. Is that type, or it's a theme that's used a lot of that same type of thing of where a woman kills other young girls to preserve her beauty. It's kind of interesting that has some kind of basis in reality.
Yeah.
That they actually took, the story of this serial killer, and, hey, we can probably spin this around for our entertainment for kids.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, it's comic books.
Here's my thing though.
Even like Hocus Pocus. Remember, they get the girl and they suck her soul out,
Exactly,
and that
yeah.
way they get young and beautiful again. So there's this whole thing of that.
The big red devil guy with the gun.
Hellboy.
Thank you.
Hellboy.
He had a anime. Well, he had two of them, but one of them dealt with a woman who was a countess who would restore her youth and beauty. She was kind of a bit of like a vampire thing by bathing in a tub full of blood. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like
And that's what.
which is funny too, because she was also a countess.
Yeah. So maybe it was her. Yeah, because they considered her a vampire.
I couldn't remember the name, but it sounds eerily familiar with that story. And of course, as you know, Hellboy, they took a lot of our myths from our life.
Yeah.
And they made it where there was actual truth in them, and that they fought the supernatural parts of that truth. But they let the whole world think it's just a myth and a legend and made up story. But yeah, it's very similar, and that's the reason I was thinking. I'm like, I've heard this story before. Wait a minute, it was from a Hellboy anime I watched.
And what did her in is she kept a booklet with their names.
Oh.
She kept a booklet of her victims. Like I said, she took their trinkets. A lot of them came from families. They didn't have anybody, so they had like one thing that they had to remember their family by, and they found it in her possession. Her servants were tortured to death.
Jeez.
They were tortured, they confessed, and they killed them still.
Damn.
And then she was tortured for eternity. Only like 18 months. But what they did was
How they killed her.
they put her in a room and they like murdered her in.
Ah.
And they left a little hole to give her food and water, and they watched her go insane. When they went in there after she died, she went insane. She had tried clawing herself out, so her fingernails were torn off. Like, it was pretty gruesome.
I was hoping you was going to say they quartered her.
Drawn and quartered?
Yeah.
And back then, because this was in like
that was
the
pretty
early,
heavy.
she killed from the late 1500s to the early 1600s. So back then, a woman doing anything like this was pretty much unheard of, and then executing them, especially of a countess, was,
Yeah,
they had to have grounds. So they just they
it's easy to hide.
torment.
Yeah, tell them that they've been locked away for their safety, and then kill them off behind the scenes. I mean, if there was a male count, yeah, he would get a public execution.
He would have been drawn and quartered.
Exactly, he would have got the full public one. But for women, because it's not what women do, they get tucked away into the back corner and killed off silently without no one knowing. What has got you going over there? Because you are trying to hold something back. Let it go.
I just got a shirt for our podcast.
Oh no!
I should have got a coffee, not a Coke.
Again?
Here's our tagline. I was like, should have got coffee, not Coke.
Here's my question. If she wanted to look youthful, wouldn't it have been better just to wait until the young girls were on their periods and gotten the menstrual blood to put on her face? Hey,
I think she liked the torture part. That would be too easy. Just putting your face in something. But
Why don't you just be lesbian on periods?
Oh,
Where do you think the term Red Wings came from?
Wow.
wow.
You started it with the whole put your face. No, so she did.
But-
Don't put your face in it, you know?
You know, I remind
She opened the door and we've all stormed in. Thanks.
No, she would like hang them up. Some people said she would put hooks in some of them.
Oh,
Hang them up, suspend them, torture
sadistic.
them. Like she would like cut them severely where they would bleed on top of her before slashing their throat and getting the most of it.
oh.
And she had brushes and she would brush the blood on. She would bathe in it.
Okay.
Sometimes it was like many girls' blood in one tub.
Oh.
And she went through servants like nonstop, and people noticed that. Like you never have the same people.
Yeah, and then
Their turnover rate there is insane.
And nobles, other nobles, we wouldn't care. Like, oh, a new noble, a new slave, a new servant girl, cool. They don't really care. It's the more common folk that would notice, hey, what happened to so and so? And of course, you know, the other ones, the trusted ones, are probably like, oh, we sent her off to this family's house.
Exactly. They would say stuff like that. Yeah, because then the
Yeah.
family
It
would
was,
be like, they haven't written to us. What's going on?
And that's and since that was actually what would happen normally, everybody was usually okay with that. Of well, she got sent off here for probably better treatment, or they needed, or maybe the
Or
same
married
treatment,
off or something,
maybe
yeah.
she got married to a servant over there. Whatever. This is cool. That's profits for the girl. It's all good. You know, the commoners would just be happy with that. It wasn't, and of course, nobles, they don't care. No, they're below our stature.
Yeah.
Whatever, they're servants. It wasn't until, of course, you know, the noble girl disappeared.
Yeah, and
That's
the,
when the
and the
nobles took
village
notice
came.
away.
Yeah, and the village was like, "What's going on over here? What is it?" People were afraid of her.
I would be afraid of her too.
Just
Same
you know,
here.
walking out, people were like terrified of her. Like if you were like cleaning the floor, if you did it wrong, they were like,
Well,
"Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me next." Like
I wa- I
she
wa-
was that.
I wonder if she was walking out in public with blood on her face.
Probably
They
not.
stunk.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Stink.
Well, wait a minute. They didn't really have that great of hygiene back then
They
anyway.
did not. No, they did not.
No, usually just a rag with some water, wipe it
Whore
down
bath.
the body, and that's it, yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
basically.
god. Ugh.
Yeah.
Now, the nobles did have access, though, to perfumes and colognes. Because they could afford it.
Yeah.
So you could cover up the smell of blood with just a couple spurts of eau de toilette. No, literally, that. If you look at a perfume bottle, that's what it says.
Yeah, it
Eau de
does.
toilette. It is
what I
literally.
just said.
I have always thought of this stuff as toilet water. Some of it
Exactly.
smells.
I'm like, whoa,
I've smelled some perfume that. Oh my
$100
god.
toilet water.
Whew. I could have gone and created that smell in the bathroom for free, Ma. Damn. I got a bitch slap for that from my mother.
Oh
upside
my
the head.
god.
Well, actually, it was a gib slap, sorry, not a bitch slap. It was a gib slap upside the head for that one.
Lewis is waiting for the opportunity.
I accidentally said that in the middle of the store.
You told your mommy.
Well, I was a young kid, you know, I was probably like 6 or 7, you know. No
Smells like
filter.
shit.
Yeah, it was no filter at that age. You all know this.
Yeah.
Well, at least you two are going to know this soon.
Whoa, what? That's good. Oh, we know.
Wait till wait till he
kids are
grows
very
up and starts
honest.
talking. Yeah.
You stink, mommy. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so she could go out in public, you know, with just normal makeup on or whatever they called makeup back then.
Oh, I know a lot of their
And-
makeup had arsenic in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Poison?
that's what would give them like the rouge color in their cheeks and their lips. And
Oh yeah.
some of the women would like bite themselves to.
To make the fuller lips.
Uh huh. And then they would put on that stuff, and it's like, how the hell are you not dead?
I
But
know.
it was the arsenic was in there, but there was something else that actually somehow counteracted the arsenic. It was so weird because it's like, wait a minute, they've been biting their lips, they got them all poofy. They put this stuff on, yet they're perfectly fine. They're not dying. The hell, one of those history programs I was watching actually was doing something on the makeup from back in the day, and they got the list that was passed down from family of makeup makers, and they saw some very highly poisonous stuff in the ingredients list, and I'm like, how does this not kill people? They said, well, it actually gets balanced out with this other stuff. It actually gets neutralized to where it's so minor that unless you prolong it for like at least 10 years or so, you'll be fine. I mean, you're going to show some effects, but it won't kill you outright. It's like, holy shit. People used to do this too. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, people do weird shit for beauty.
Oh, yeah. Well, now there's that vampire facial where people are getting blood and they're injecting it into their face. So
Oh,
it gets
hell
rid
no.
of their wrinkles. So once again, the whole blood theory makes you look younger, more youthful. And a lot of celebrities are doing this, and they look awful because they have all these injections all over their face, and it is their blood.
I'd
pretty
rather have
much.
Botox put in my
there.
face.
The only way that works is if they remove the rejectable parts of blood.
It is a process, yeah, it is, and it's very
But-
expensive.
I would not want that.
But it's called the vampire facial because of that.
Yeah.
Actually, I learned about that whole thing from Stargate.
Yeah.
About the separating
Oh,
up the
come on
rejectable-
now. No.
No.
Oh, my
No, it's there was an episode where they had to take blood and they had to separate out the rejectable parts of it in order to help treat somebody, and that's how I learned about that. It was kind of neat. Anyways,
I think it's time to move on to
Andrew.
Drew and his first serial killer of the
Yeah,
day.
let's go, Drewby.
Yeah, we might only get to one in this episode.
Drewby?
Disney fans will know.
You just called him Drewby.
Yep, Disney fans will
Drew,
know.
and my last name does start with B, so Drew.
Exactly. Drew.
So almost like Gumby.
I was not going there. I was not going
I
there.
told you that thing was going to last the whole season. Gumby. Gumby.
Anyways, let's go on with the
Gumby.
I even got a good chuckle out of your wife there. So
What if Gumby was a serial killer?
he could very well be.
Maybe that's why I'm scared of him.
That's possible.
Giant Gumby breaks in the house.
Anyways, who do you got? Let's get back
Fuck
on
off,
track.
Clay Man. Who do I got? Who do I got? Pedro Lopez.
Okay.
Where's he from?
Colombia.
Oh.
Just
Drug lord?
minute. I should also, I'll get there. He's still alive. Anyways, he was a serial killer, child rapist, and fugitive. Killing a minimum of 110 people, but claims he has killed over 300.
Jesus.
Considered by most one of the most prolific serial killers and rapists in history. Like, is there like a competition?
I think there is.
Come on now.
That was cold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you two doing under the table over there?
Would you like a tissue? I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm in my own world. I'm just splashing.
No world is splashing.
Under the table. So
Oh, this is under the table, so we're safe.
I didn't want it to be loud.
What? What if somebody just hopped in right there? Like, what the fuck are they doing in this podcast?
It was spraying, and I didn't want it to be loud. It's like, what the fuck?
That's loud, You're like,
This just killed my mojo. I think we're only getting to one serial killer in this episode. Looking at
I think so too.
I'll have to save my second guy, which sucks because it kind of falls in a little bit with her first person.
Well, they'll have to listen to the next episode.
Yes.
You'll have to listen in. And definitely listen to this one. You'll get a kick out of it.
Most of our episodes you get a kick out of.
That is true.
Especially once they turn dirty, which this is the first time this one has ever turned dirty like this.
No, it's not.
No, last week did.
No, they've been getting dirtier.
Yeah.
For the Southwest?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You're not been paying attention?
Anyways,
Anyways, go back to Pedro Lopez. I want to hear more about this asshole.
sound like bar gossip. I want to hear more about this asshole. Tell me more. Do you work with him? Does he do anything?
Somebody's crackling.
That's me.
I heard Mike's kissing again.
Your mics are kissing again.
Look.
Anyways, Pedro Alonso Lopez. Born October 8th, 1948. He has been released and still possibly at large.
What?
I should have said that for
Wait,
last.
here in Colombia?
Yeah.
Oh, over
He
there.
went to 16 years in prison
They don't keep people.
in Ecuador. Released after 14 years, committed to a hospital, and freed after a year.
Okay. They need to keep people in the jails a little longer?
Yeah, his father was murdered 6 months before his birth. And Lopez was banished from his house at 8 years old when his mom caught him trying to molest his sister.
Oh, he started out young as a singer.
Yeah,
he did.
And then he ended up in a gang of street children for protection, and he was sexually abused in the streets.
Oh.
Anyways.
He got a little bit of comeuppance there.
Oh,
of what he tried to do to his sister.
He was sentenced 7 years in prison for auto theft. During this period of incarceration, he was brutally gang raped by 4 other inmates. Days later, Lopez hunted down the inmates and killed them in retaliation.
Damn.
Wait a minute.
It's incarceration, by the way.
Incarceration.
So he was sentenced to 8 years for car theft.
7 years.
Or 7 years for car theft.
Got gang raped in prison.
Okay.
And he went and killed them.
But that's not my biggest problem.
Well, what is?
The biggest problem, he was only sentenced to 16 years in prison for murder?
For over 100 people?
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
That's true. Why was that not life?
But over there, they don't do life sentences. You either die in their prison or you get out and get back put.
Well,
in.
it's a wonder he didn't die during the gang rape.
I think after getting raped as a kid by the street gang, I think he enjoys it now. So he probably, well, I mean, he did go back and kill them.
He was gang raped.
And then he was expelled from the country.
Oh,
They kicked him out of the country from Ecuador.
So he
was exiled.
And it was recommended by an American missionary to the tribe that had him to release Lopez to the police. And then the police didn't detain him and expelled him.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Oh,
Sorry.
at least he didn't hit your head this time.
Right? I didn't sneeze that time either.
Oh, good point. Anyways, I don't care.
Local merchants overpowered Lopez until police arrived. So that's how he initially was arrested.
Oh, okay. Why are they?
And then he confessed. So it was a confession that got him charged, basically, because he sent the police to 53 victims where their bodies were, and then confirmed that he killed a confirmation of 110 in Ecuador.
But why were the merchants attacking him in the first place, though? I think
Because I saw him in the streets.
So he had wanted pictures
Yeah,
out.
he was
wanted.
wanted.
That
He was
he was
wanted.
a wanted person in the media and everything.
Okay.
He was the Ecuadorian most wanted.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was waiting for that because he kind of glossed over that a little bit. He's like, oh, they expelled from the country. Oh, and then merchants attacked him. Okay, there's something that happened between those two events that
He was wanted.
might need to go and clarify. I'm just saying, you did good, but...
Yeah, you know what? And those 4, they considered the 4 inmates that gang raped him in prison for the auto theft self-defense. So
What?
They only added 2 years to his sentence.
Oh, so because he murdered them after
In
they raped him,
self-defense?
it was self-defense.
Okay, I can see.
That
I
makes
can see
sense.
That. Yeah, that
But
makes
he
sense.
got 2 years for that.
But I thought you said something else. But no, that makes
They
sense.
gave him 2 years for self-defense.
Well,
Who wrote this? Really scrambled. So the tribe that he was he got captured by, I can't pronounce that indigenous tribe name, after trying to abduct one of their 9-year-old girls. And then an American missionary told him to let him go, take him to the police, and they did nothing. Yeah.
Damn, missionaries, man, just let nature go. Don't try to control it.
If they'd let the tribe get a hold of him, he wouldn't be around no more.
No,
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
They would have drawn and quartered him, or they would have tarred and feathered him.
Yeah. Put him on a spit.
Wow. 1998, Lopez was declared sane and released on a $70 bail.
Wait, hold on now.
the hell
$70.
A $70 bail.
Yep.
Well, wait a minute. That's probably about.
Oh, that could be
That's
like,
almost a year's salary down there.
and if we translate it to their money, it's probably like a couple thousand or something.
That'd be a couple million.
More than likely, yeah.
We'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
The last reported sighting of Lopez was in September 1999 when he visited the National Civil Registry to renew his citizenship card.
Wait, he was exiled from a country. How the fuck do you go and renew your citizenship?
And then 2002, Colombian National Police and Interpol issued warrants for Lopez's arrest over a murder bearing similarities to his modus operandi.
Oh, I wonder why.
So Interpol got involved in a South American or Central American case.
Well, if it happens in two different countries, Interpol can intervene. They're sort of like League of Nations, not League of Nations, United Nations thing, you know.
And
United Nations will not affect the country if it only happens in that country. But as soon as someone from a country affects another country, they step in. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the Interpol warrant was deactivated in 2005, but Lopez remains a fugitive and at large. Lopez has been also named as a possible suspect in a homicide committed in Tunja, Colombia in 2012.
Hell, he probably migrated up here and blended in.
Probably.
So, yeah.
He's probably in Arizona somewhere.
I hope not. Let me in Mexico instead.
The Colombians and the Ecuadorians like to come through Mexico.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he got stopped in Mexico. Maybe he drank the water and he can't finish the trip.
Well, he would be used to the water.
Oh, yeah, good point. Maybe he got shot trying to cross the border. Who knows?
Maybe he got COVID.
Ah, I didn't think of that one. He might have got COVID and died. One can only hope.
Anyways, this has been Fear in the Southwest podcast. We're going to have to continue this episode.
Yeah, there'll be
A part 4 of
yes.
serial killers. Part 2 of international, though.
Yep.
Stay creepy, my friends.
Watch out for the serial killers.
Pedro, stay away.